Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 17 of the Road to Glory with Cercle Brugge. Today we have a massive episode in store for you as we have the Cup semi-final first leg, as you can see on your screen, today and also in a week's time. So this is going to be a very big episode with our opportunity to get European football potentially invested in the Cup competitions. As you can also see from our recent fixtures, we've got a couple positive results because we've been mixing a few things up, and I think I may have settled on something once again. I know I've said it about 3 times this season. We'll go to the schedule. And we've had an interesting stretch of games here where we've sort of gone on a few wins, a few losses, and sort of bounced around a little bit between the 4-3-3. I tried to back it. It was a little inconsistent. Had a good run here. Struggled through some of the bigger games and a couple other games here where we lost in the 95th minute. And then lost to Brugge, and I thought, time to give the 4-2-3-1 a crack. So we started in the 4-3-3 in this game, flicked it to the 4-2-3-1, and then we managed to go 4-2-3-1 here and dominate once again. As you can also see, we are in January, which means there's been some signings that have happened. So we've brought in Savas Loizu as a centre-back option, who's 19. The scout summary is not fantastic. He's at that 4.5-star potential, but on a free transfer, definitely looks a good squad player. Left-footed, not much of a ball-playing centre-back, so we'll play that centre-back option. We've got a transfer offer in at the moment for Jan Herman, who could play that DLP role on support for us, with some real fantastic stats, the huge work rate, the teamwork, the passing, decisions, composure, bravery. They're all things I'm looking for in my midfielders. We've then gone and got Theo from PSG, who can play that attacking midfielder role on attack for us, who looks absolutely fantastic. Just needs to work on his agility. I just want to have a quick look and see. So that is Theo Zidane as well. So that is pretty interesting for us. Hopefully, he is coming in. So we're bringing Zidane to Cercle Brugge. And then we've got an offer in for Lucas Adam, who can play on the right as an inverted winger or up front as an advanced forward, because that fits our system perfectly, which looks like this, a pretty simple 4-2-3-1. I've got it set as the high press 4-2-3-1. So we're going attacking. We've got Yengi. We've we've got some other people that have joined too, because there's some familiar new faces there, I should say. So this season, in January, what we've done is we've gone and brought in Elias Gil from Sevilla on loan to just bolster that attacking midfielder position for the second half of the season, whilst we wait for Theo Zidane to join us. We've then also gone and got David Quenda in from Benfica to play on the right as the inverted winger as a backup for Toure. So they are 2 transfers that we've made on the way out. We'll sort it by date as well. So Herman Vandenberg is a young player. Jacob leaves us, which is a bit disappointing, but thought I'd cash in whilst we can because he hasn't developed the way I was hoping. And a little update, we've got Mo Toure out on loan at the moment, whose progress looks alright. He's averaging well. 6 games, he hasn't scored for Western Sydney yet, but looks like he's doing okay. And same for Australia when he's played in the World Cup games. And then Sao Costanza, I've gone too far back, haven't I? Where's Costanza? It's taking a bit of time to load. There's Costanza. In 7 games, he's got 2 goals. And his finishing's actually gone up to 18. And his pace has gone up to 10. So if we look at him as an advanced forward, he's just missing that pace and that bit of passing, which I think would be massive for him. But he's not far away with everything else. We might have to give him a crack next season. He is only 20 years old. We're definitely going to have to work on that quickness when he comes back. But you can see that his ability is flying up. And hopefully he can have a great end to his time in Perth. That 18 finishing, that composure, the decisions, the determination, the off the ball, the penalties. He's got really high acceleration, which is strange. So he gets to that 10 pace pretty quickly. So even if he only gets up to 12 pace, I think that's almost enough. And he has grown a bit too. I reckon he was about 5'8" when he first got here. So he's up to 5'10", which is nice to see. We've also got Ballesteros, who we actually sold, which is a bit disappointing, but just wasn't developing the way I was hoping. So, we thought we'd cash in there for 2 mil, and we are pretty well good to go. In this episode, we are going to show both legs of the Cup, because we do have some big games here to finish off the season as well. So massive Cup episode. If we can get through here, then we are well on our way to potentially securing some not Champions League, it'll be Europa League or Conference League football. The other semi-finals, Brugge and Antwerp. So I'd much rather play Antwerp in that game. So So here we go. 2 changes have been made to the team. Umar Toure is fit, so we're going to actually start him. We're going Johansson instead of Moussa Cisse. And I don't really feel comfortable with that move. So I am going to play Cisse because he has been playing a lot of football for us lately. There's no fitness concerns. There's a few yellow card concerns, but I can live with that. We've got Franjic and Felix with Johnson, Cisse, Guy, Simmons, Toure, Gil, Yengi, Labilla. That is a very, very strong team. We've also got Tavera on the bench who could probably play... he can play the deep line playmaker role for us. He just hasn't got the work rate or the anticipation. He's probably missing just a little bit more the attack. Actually, maybe let's have a quick look at him as the attacking midfielder, maybe. Attacking midfielder on attack. He's just missing the finishing, but everything else looks pretty good to me. We've also got... Where is our boy? I felt like I'm missing someone. We've got Zahawi on the bench. We do. We've got Luis Chacon on the bench. We do. He can definitely play that DLP on support. Probably that little bit better. So that is what we'll probably use. And that is the team. And let's get straight into it. We need to give David a number. He can wear number 6. And let's go. This is a huge game for us. If we can come away with a big win here, then we are well on our way, hopefully, to a cup final, which would be massive for us. We're prepared for anything. Let's go. Let's get straight into this game. Can we keep the form up from the last couple games? We had an interesting game against Ostend last time. I feel like we played them in the last episode, so we're seeing lots of Ostend, but it's okay as Toure does pick up the ball. I haven't shown you the tactic properly, have I? So let's get into the tactic quickly. So in possession, we're overlapping, we're fairly wide, slightly shorter, but with a high tempo, and we're working the ball into the box. We're then counter-pressing and distributing to the fullbacks, and then we've got a high line preventing short goalkeeper distribution, extremely urgent, and getting stuck in. So we're really trying to crank the pressure up, trying to force these teams into mistakes and trying to play the ball long back down our throat so that we can then build up with that shorter passing. So it has worked pretty well so far in the game and a half or so that we've used it. Hopefully it's a formation that we stick with. It does manage to fit in our better players as well, as Labilla takes on 2, manages to almost win the ball back. It's still with Yengi, Gil, Labilla, Simmons. It's offside, but that is some decent football from the boys in green. And obviously playing away from home first with love and away goal, that would be absolutely massive for us. And with starting with the domination of possession as well, we did have 60% there. It's just dropped to 50. I am going to encourage the boys pretty early on though, just to get them up and about. Obviously being a cup game, we haven't been in this situation since I've been at the club. As Deji puts a great ball in. Oh, and it's an interesting save. It's managed to be kept out by the goalkeeper. And there's Darpino. He was dangerous last time we played them, and Zebil hits it into the bar and out for a goal kick. So interesting game so far. It's back and forward. It's Larson finding Duro, the former Cercle Brugge man, who hits it straight at Franjic. Toure, as you can hear everything that's happening, so I've got to turn my speakers off. Here we go, it's Cisse now. Decent ball in towards Labilla. It finds Toure at the back post. It is 1-0 Cercle Brugge. That is what you want to see. That is some ball in from Moussa Cisse, who's apparently quite tired, which I'm surprised about because there wasn't any mention of him not being fit enough to play this game. We're only 25 minutes in. Cisse has whipped in an unbelievable ball that's gone over the defender, found its way to Toure, scrambled its way through for 1-0, and we get the away goal that we were looking for. Can we hold on to the lead now? So Gil, our attacking midfielder. So we've had Robbie De Haas play that role in the first game that we started, and he managed to get it at 8.2 with 2 assists. So we're expecting a lot from the attacking midfielder role, as Franjic does fantastically well there to cut that ball out. We find Ben Johnson. This is where it's interesting. All right, so teams are setting up. I'm not really a big fan of that longer ball, but Johnson does well to win the header. We keep possession, and we've got runners in behind. Xavi Simmons, the box-to-box midfielder, manages to only find the goalkeeper once again. And the little pockets of passing and all the interplay looks really good at the moment in this system. And we've shown that we're able to create chances, and that's the main reason why I went away from the 4-3-3, was because we were playing well but we weren't creating enough. So I'd rather sacrifice some of that midfield domination, even though most games have actually been pretty good in controlling the play, but I'd rather give away a little bit of that control if it means that we're able to sort of draw teams in a little bit and go on the break a bit more. Now I reckon Labilla's offside there, which he is, which isn't ideal, and Kozani manages to gather that. We've kept Ostend, even though they've had 52% of the ball, to 1 shot. So we've done our job here. Now they've just had a second shot. I'm going to pump my fist No, I'm not going to go outstretched arm. I'm delighted. Keep it up. Musa Cisse's probably got about 10 minutes left in him before I bring him off. I'm pretty sure I didn't bring Joe Henson, so hopefully I've got a left-back option as Yengi finds a good ball to Labilla, who tries to find that ball in, but it's the interplay, it's the movement, it's the advanced forward trying to stretch teams, the inside forwards, inverted wingers getting involved. That's what I'm really liking. The midfield leaves us a little bit exposed, but I'm prepared to do that because I trust in the defence, but I also trust in our ability to score goals. And in the last 2 seasons, we've been the highest scoring team in Belgium, so I'm hoping that with the defence getting a bit of experience and Xavi Simons flying in there, hopefully we can start to keep some more clean sheets and just bring those goals conceded down a little bit. There's a run here from David if we can find it. Johnson does well, finds a guy. Can we go out the other way now? Felix, Guy, Simmons, and that's a ball out to Yengi. That is fantastic football from the boys. Kusini Yengi, he's got the overlapping run, doesn't use it. Guy on his left foot, and it's David in his first game. He could have just put that back in with his right foot, but chose not to. And we're looking good here. It's almost Cisse's time to come off though, I reckon. And I'm just going to protect him because we do have a big game coming up. We've got De Corsti who can play there. Can Franjic play there? He's got 12 pace. I might actually cancel that. I'm going to put Franjic on that left wing back option and then go with Fox at centre back. I think that's just going to solidify our defence up just a little bit more than trying to play De Corsti out at left back. Xavi Simons starting to struggle now. I don't really want to make that final change just in case we do concede. I want to leave things as they are, probably for the next 15 minutes ideally. We've kept Oostend to 1 shot on target. A second goal would be absolutely massive here. Can we win this ball back? It's a decent ball in. Franjic dealt with the first ball, but we haven't cleared it well enough. It's Williams, and it's in. That's poor goalkeeping. At the near post, that's frustrating. Oostend managed to equalise with 20 minutes to go. There's still plenty of time here. We dealt with that first ball. Didn't deal with the second. It might be time for Xavi Simons to come off because our midfield looks like it is getting overrun. Johnson, we don't win. Xavi needs to work hard to get back here. It's Diawara. Can we put a challenge in? It's a decent ball out there. Franjic does fantastically well, finding Kusini Yengi, driving. Can he find an option? He can't. He's just held onto the ball a bit too much there. But Oostend just give us the ball back here. So now we're going to make him pay. They've given us the ball back. Kusini Yengi's through. Kusini Yengi needs to score there. That's a bit annoying. So what we're going to do is we're going to make Guy the box-to-box midfielder. We'll get Chacon in as our DLP. And can we find a goal? This is massive now for us. We're in desperate need of a goal. Lewis Chacon coming on. Yengi, great ball in. Only finding Alexandropoulos, and I wonder if that's the one from Panathinaikos that we had last year. That's a foul. That has to be a penalty all day, ref. Do not overturn this. They've said that it looks harsh. Please don't overturn this. Please don't overturn this. It's awarded. It is awarded. We're going to go back to our normal speed. Guy has scored a couple penalties this season, so please don't bottle it now. Jeji, bang, puts it top bins. 15 minutes to go. Don't know why the substitution arrow has come up there for his third goal of the season, but that is a brilliant penalty from Guy Jeji. Bang, absolutely leathers it into the top corner, and that puts us 2-1 up away from home. Can we hold on now for a massive result in the cup that could almost guarantee us a big 1 foot in the door for the final? Yengi, corner in. Can we get a third here just to lock away moving into the second leg? 2-1's not the most convincing lead going into the second leg. It's Yengi. Can he find another ball in? Kusini Yengi trying to find a foul, I think, if anything. There it is. He's gone down. They're going to consult VAR once again. Do we have another penalty on the night? This would be huge if we can get another penalty. They're checking the VAR station. The refs made a choice. It is no penalty. They've overturned it, but it's a free kick. So they said it was outside the box, which is a bit stiff. Can we force this ball into the goal to go 3-1 up on our way back to home? It's Felix. Oh, he had an open goal too. He just had to nod it on target. Can we find a third? It's Franjic. Lewis Chacon back to Franjic. Can we find him again? Can we get a ball in? It's another corner. We're actually looking really good here. I think we deserve a third goal. We've dominated this game so far. The 4-2-3-1's definitely done its job. It's an average ball in from Kusini Yengi. I don't quite know why he's taking the corners, but we've had 7 shots to their 2 on target, and conceding is probably the most disappointing thing. And if we concede a second here, then I'm going to be even more disappointed. Ball in, dealt with. Ref, blow your whistle. That's got to be time. And it's time. We do win 2-1 in the first leg of the semi-final. Well done, lads. That was a big win for us. We are going to continue this episode by playing Ostend once again in the second leg of the semi-final. And when we come back, I'm going to update you on the KRC Genk game, who are in 5th compared to us in 7th, and we are only 3 points behind them. So that is a massive game that I'll update you on in one moment. Welcome back, YouTube. We are ready for the second leg. As you can see in the top right corner, we drew 2-2 with Genk. We did go 1-0 up. We then went 2-1 down, and Labilla saved us from losing, which is actually a huge result for us. It keeps our bit of momentum up. So that's 4 games undefeated in the 4-2-3-1 so far, which is positive to see. A little bit of transfer activity. They haven't gone through yet, though. Let me go back through some of these. Where are they? We made 2 more signings. We've got Jan Herman joining us as a deep-lying playmaker. And I felt like there might have been one more. Let me just double check. It's not. It's just one. So Juan is joining us as well as another midfielder to step into this DLP role on support. So we just need to work that off the ball and that anticipation. But other than that, he looks absolutely fantastic. We do need to set the team up. So they reckon Felix, they reckon Labilla, Toure, De Haas. This is what's the fitness. Guys struggling in that DLP role. So we'll get Chuck on to start. What's Johnson looking like fitness-wise? We're going to back. Where is Bianconeri? I know it's a big move. He hasn't played much football. I am going to back him. And Johansson is going to play potentially as that wing-back on support. His marking and tackling is a bit low, but he is good going forward. So I'm going to back him on that side. We've got... What have we got? Guy struggling. Who in their starting 11? Everyone in the starting 11 is fit at least, which is the main thing. And we just need a good performance here at home. Time to believe. Time to get us into a cup final and an opportunity to finally crack into Europe. That is what we're looking for. You have a fantastic record against Gabri. Whatever. I'm just going to click through these ones and let's go. It is a huge game here. We need a win. We're 2-1 up on aggregate, so we've obviously got the 2 away goals as well. I'm pretty sure the aggregate means something with regards to away goals in the cup. I haven't looked at the rules, but obviously scoring first here would be massive as Toure beats 2 and goes down. It's not a penalty. It's Bianconeri. Can he pick out a ball? The back post is Adam Ida. We go 1-0 up. 3 minutes in. That is massive. We're 3-1 up on aggregate. It's going to take a result now from Ostend to really turn this around. And can we finally get a crack at European football? It looks like it might potentially be a Brugge derby in the cup final. And so far this season, we have split the chocolates with Club Brugge. They beat us in... I feel like when did we beat them? We might have beat them at the end of last season, sorry. They did beat us 2-0 at the end of this first section of the league. So we must have beat them late last season. So we have finally at least broken that duck. So it's not impossible for us to get a result against Club Brugge. But obviously we're going to be up against it. I do need to check the rules, because if they do qualify for Europe, because it does look like they will, maybe we might get an opportunity to qualify for Europe if they qualify for the Champions League or the Europa League. I know like in the Premier League, if the winner qualifies for the league, for the Europe through the league, then the other finalist gets that spot. So potentially that could be an option for us. There is a penalty awarded. Who's going to take it now? It's Adam Ida, who we have seen score 1 or 2. I think he scored 2 penalties this season already as well for us. Adam Ida for his second goal of the game puts it wide. Okay, fair enough. Don't see that too often on FM, but Ostend I thought that might have boosted them up a little bit, not conceding that penalty, but it looks like they're not too happy at the moment. Can we grab a second goal just to punish them? Antwerp are 2-1 up. So I think that's 4-2 on aggregate though. So it's going to take some result from Antwerp to turn that around, which is a bit disappointing. It would have been nice to play Antwerp in the final, because at least it would have meant one of us would have gotten European football, which would have been fantastic. But it looks like us or Bruges might have that pleasure to battle it out later in the season, as Adam Ida has another big chance that he does not take, which is a bit disappointing. And I wouldn't mind this just going to half time, but Xavi Simons with a free kick straight into the wall. He does try to get there first, can't quite get there first though. And as Juro's playing, where's Juro playing? Next time it goes there, I want to see their formation. As Johansson plays a really poor ball there, finds Williams, Dylan, decent strike, only as far as Biancorne. The highlight is still, where's playing at centre back. He found himself up front. That was an interesting run by the centre back in Juro. And I feel like he just keeps getting on the ball when we play them as well, which is kind of ironic, seeing that he didn't actually get on the ball that much for us because he didn't really break into our team. As Robbie turns, puts Labilla through, good save, another shot into the post, and we are dominating this game, and I feel like we deserve to be more than 1-0 up at this point. 5 shots on target to none, 9 shots to 1. We are absolutely flying. I'm very pleased with the performance. We're going to have to start thinking about taking some of the boys off, I think, as well, just to save some legs, because we do have Anderlecht next in the league, and then we've got Standard Liège, I think, straight after. So the games do not get easier, but we are looking quite good in our 4-2-3-1. It's going to be interesting to see how it favours against some of the bigger teams, as Toure tries to pick out Ida and can't quite get the job done there. Simmons finds Biancorne. Look at these triangles, finding Adam Ida, 2-0. That should be game, set, and match. We're going to make 2 changes. We're going to change both wingers. We're going to get Kusini Yengi on one side. We are then... we're not really... Elias Gills, he's left-footed, so we're just going to throw Gill out on the right just to give Toure a break. And there we go, 2-0 up, 4-1 up on aggregate. This is absolutely massive from the boys. Absolutely fantastic performance here once again. We are in the driving seat. We've only had 45% of the ball, but we've created 11 or now 12 chances and 8 of them on target. So it's suiting a more direct style. We've got that space to break in behind. We've got the pace as well as Labilla drives through. He wants a goal of his own. Simmons finds Labilla, makes it 3-0. Good ball from Xavi Simons as well. And I'm at a point of maybe taking off De Haas, putting Simmons a bit further forward, and then changing that midfield up a little bit. It's only 55 minutes in though, and we've got a few boys that probably could do with a rest. So actually we might get Troy. We're going to get Troy up front because he hasn't played much football lately. So let's get Troy Parrott in up front, see if we can find Troy a goal in the semi-final to get his confidence going, so that we can rely on him in the league if needed. And we have absolutely dominated this game with only 40% possession. We've kept Oostende to 1 shot. We've had 14 and 10 of them on target. So this is the type of football I do want to see. Antwerp and Brugge, it's 3-2 now to Brugge. So that's been a real high-scoring affair as well. But unfortunately, Antwerp haven't been able to get the job done, as we find heaps of space there for Lewis Chacon, finding Yengi, trying to play in Gill, can't find him. It's Biancorne, Simmons. We've got these same triangles opening up once again at Simmons into Felix. We are just dictating the play when we want it. The opportunity now for Oostende on the counter-attack. Can we just cut this one out? They've actually got a good little movement happening here. Good ball through to Thiago Lopez into Darpino, who commits Xavi Simons. Can we just block this ball across? It's over the bar. And with 8 minutes to go pretty well, I feel comfortable enough that we're not going to concede 4 goals here. So we have booked ourselves a spot in the semi-final. Juro does get a goal, and maybe I've spoken too soon. Gets his goal against us. It looks like it was his first goal for Oostende as well. So good on Juro. They've gone to that 3-back system. So can we punish them? Bit disappointing to concede there. Would have been nice to keep a clean sheet. But 5-2 on aggregate, I'm more than happy with that. Can we win this ball? Johansson does well. Finds Chacon. Great ball out to Gill. Shifts it onto his left foot. Finding Biancorne. This is good football here from the boys in green. At home, in front of our supporters. We still haven't been able to pack out the stadium, which is a bit disappointing for a semi-final. But we do get ourselves into the final. So that is a massive, massive result. Not many people would have predicted a final place for Cercle Brugge. I'm chuffed. It's awesome. Ida, when he was on a hat-trick, raised some eyebrows. I wouldn't want him to be... Adam is a professional, although he knows the team is the most important thing. There we go. Done deal. Bruges wins 6-3. We win 5-2. And we've got this is crazy, the derby in the final at a 50,000 capacity stadium, which is the Stade Roy Baudouin. And I don't know whose stadium that is. Is there a way for me to... Teams? So this is the national stadium, although Union SG's under 21s use it as well. So It's very, very interesting that we're going to the National Stadium, which would be nice for us to get a massive, massive support for the boys. But if you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you leave a massive like, comment, and subscribe. And remember to follow us on Twitch as well to catch all the action live. And it's interesting that we're going to play them in the league and then 10 days later play them in the cup. So that is going to be very, very interesting towards the end of the season. I reckon what I'll do is I'll play up until this AA Ghent game, just so that we can have something to update you on, which will be the end of the transfer window if we make any more signings, or just the results. Hopefully we'll be in a really good position moving forward in the league. We're sitting 7th at the moment because of the draw, but we're not far behind. We're 6 points off Standard Liège in 4th, and we have to play Standard Liège, Anderlecht, Brugge and Ghent still, and KV. So we've got some big games, and Antwerp as well. So plenty of games still to come, and you'll catch us for the AA Ghent game in the next episode.